Did y'all catch that shit? We going directly live from the underground. Where to begin? I think the best place to begin would be, so Busy Bone really threw his bottle of water and microphone at 3-6 Mafia. Like, clearly you know who 3-6 Mafia is, right? Clearly you know these are the wrong people to ever. These are some of the hardest individuals to come out the South. And I'm not doing it based off of no stories that you only hear through people. You hear what they rap about, the things that they've done. And the fact that not all of them, rest in peace, Lord Infamous, but that they made it out when they talking about in they songs, cocaine, meth, the scissor, you name it, they were on it. That's what broke them up. They were making great music, but yet I've never heard of a story of someone ever fucking with any of these people. I've never heard one. Maybe because I ain't really studied it all like that. But you guys know how I follow the news. I've never heard of anybody getting off on 3-6 Mafia. Given the caliber of music that they've done, the ones who first came out with Tear the Club Up. You feel me? That was the first time I've ever experienced anyone make music that actual club venues had to say, we're not going to play this music because it is audio of what you guys actually do, which is demolish all of our... I couldn't go to the club and hear Tear the Club Up for some years. You feel me? It had to become like a hit, classic oldies, for that one to go ahead and get spin in these clubs. Well, not all, clearly. But all I'm saying is, these is who you want to throw your stuff at. And think that, and looking at it from the point of view of the Bone Thugs and Harmony fans, yes, he would do that. Yes, he's crazy. We've been telling y'all forever. He's too much of a diva. Busy's always been a diva. We're so tired and sick of his crap. We kicked him out the group, but how could we not have Busy for this? But I mean, they still got it. It is what it is. I'm not going to comment too deeply into that. It's just a good joke. These people, yes, Busy Bone. And hey, all the Bone Thugs was crazy, bro. So it ain't like you threw two of the craziest groups together on a stage. Eventually something was going to happen. And in this case, it was more of, Busy wanting to be a diva. Yo, y'all ain't gonna be talking and stuff while I perform because I am the diva. I am the best singer / rapper alive. I'm the best who ever done it. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Everybody's here to see me. That's what he was on for that moment. But when he realized real quick, don't nobody care about your line that you drew across the line, fam. Like, play by play, Juicy J. They threw the water and the microphone in the general direction of Juice. The general direction. I don't know how close it was. We always watching it on TV. It is what it is. Juice then proceeds to walk right up to him, get up in his face. In came Paul right behind him. Paul said, damn that line. Then few more people started to come over, and then you notice like someone in pitch black jump over the back, looking like fucking Batman. Have no idea who this is. Until later, when you realize the same person wearing that same kind of clothing that was like Batman that was on and off, you didn't see anything where it came from. Same person wearing that same disguise happened to be Project Pat. And of course it would be Project Pat now, wouldn't it? Doesn't that sound like something gangster that a gangster would do? Somebody that... There's a reason why they made it out of all of this. And it ain't the music. They didn't like go into the Wiz Khalifa direction, which Trap Wiz came out, fam. But they didn't go, like, Wiz flipped up from the streets to being the smoker, which was very smart. Very, very smart on his path. It took him up to a whole nother level. And Wiz is that dude. I love him to death. It is what it is. But 3 6 Mafia is still making them street records now. They still out in the... Well, now it's different. They legends. Nobody gonna try them. But we talking like back when they first was starting out. These is when these records was coming out. And that was when they were super high into the drug usage. These is the people that you want to try. But I love it. I love it because it is what it is, man. These are people being true to themselves. It's supposed to be putting on a show and all that stuff, man, but you can't change who you are. Like, honestly, even though it almost ruined the show, it's what made the show. Because they all came back. They all realized, yeah, you know, I be tripping. Like, everybody knows the history of Busy. Everybody knows he be tripping. So therefore, yeah, go ahead. Like, we can come back and do this because we've known you for 20 years. We know you think that everybody here, and ain't nobody here to see us Otis. We know that's how you act. We know this. It ain't right how you disrespect it because we the wrong ones at any time period of all time to actually do anything or try to do anything like that with. You feel me? We are the wrong ones. That's 3 6 Mafia. But they were able to patch it up, and you see all the way through, man, that they patched it all the way up to the point that they could just do the music. Well, let's keep it 1,000. Minus the most epic ending. Rest in peace to everybody out there that they put up on the screen. This is why they were flipping the coin for who was going to end, because, come on. Like, how can you compete with the idea that they had? Like 3 6 was on it like, nah, we gonna crush you. Like, there's nothing you can do. If we win the end, we gonna win the end. We taking full advantage. But that was something that the culture needed to see. So respect. Mad respect. There was nothing anybody can follow up from that. But minus that, Bone Thugs got washed. This was there was minor errors that was going on, but this was right there with how Jadakiss and the Lox completely dismantled the Dipset. Minus a bunch of technical hiccups and the fighting and all of this stuff. 3 6 Mafia put on a show that there are little things that I would have done a little bit differently, but they put on a show that's epic of the greatest group in hip hop to have done it. Like, they decided they wanted to do this in a nature that's competing with how the Lox did it because they have as big of records. But these records weren't necessarily them featured though. People were featuring on 3 6's stuff that took them to a whole nother level. You feel me? This is what's great about them. Like, when they pulled out Terrence Howard to do "It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp," a song that people rock with. That's not a real song. Well, it became a real song. It's on the soundtrack and all that stuff, but it was first intentionally meant to be a song in the movie. Just a movie song, but it became, you know what, we're gonna turn that into the single. Everybody's gonna rock with it. Like, and that was lit. That was crazy. Now, my critique would be people were listening to Whip That Trick too. You understand? Like, cut the second verse. Go straight into Whoop That Trick, because ain't that the theme music for the Memphis Grizzlies? That's how you, but that was epic. That was still epic though. I mean, they got so far ahead, they said, okay, we just gonna go ahead and bring in the new acts. The new acts to come in and do your new song, fam. During a versus battle. When Bone Thugs is going in. That's how far ahead these people. That's how far ahead. Now, and I'm not taking away from the amazingness of the Bone Thugs projects. What they were doing was dope. But like, these are generational. These songs that they were doing spanned from different time periods, that different audiences. Like, no. Everybody knows Bone Thugs. Everybody as a whole. But the timelines, like, everybody knows the hits and stuff. But the newer youngin' kids don't know a lot of those songs that they was doing, like, halfway through and stuff. But where them dollars at? Even though it's an older song, everybody know it's them. Everybody knew Whoop That Trick was by, like, okay, and then some of these songs, you gotta give props. Like, even another song that I really wasn't, like, super hyped that 3 6 Mafia played was his Juicy J's production for the pop and all of that stuff. I was never, like, the biggest fan of that sound, but yet the sales and all of that, like, they tried to show us, look, yeah, Thuggish Ruggish Bone is a huge hit that made a lot of money, that everybody recognized and all that stuff. I've sold more. I've done something in a different realm that I don't get the respect of, because in the hip hop communities really didn't really rock with it all like that. But he's a versatile producer that can do any genre. Do not take this away from that man. He is amazing at everything that he's done. Whether he was high or not, doesn't matter. Juice and DJ Paul are some of the best producers. And, like, you really don't hear the names and stuff when you're listing in, like, oh, Kanye had some of the best production there ever was. Just Blaze is one of the best producers ever. Timberland, all of them, yes. DJ Paul and Juicy J need to be in that argument. They still making dope beats, fam. Just because you ain't been hearing them. And just because people think that they're one-dimensional when they clearly showing that they're not, you just think that they're one-dimensional. It's time they get the respect. Like, who could have actually beat these guys? Bone Thugs are amazing now. They came out with the whole band. They singing together, feeling like it's a whole R&B video shoot. They changed the lights on them. They putting on performances. They're the better performers. Easily the better performers. But when you go against generational music, in which the vast majority of the music is hype stuff, but not all of it. Like, they got stuff for every genre. They can show that they can keep up with you for your genre to a degree. Whenever they want to do like the smoking songs, smoking jet food, smoking. What's the exact name? I can't think. But when they do the smoking songs, we got sipping on some scissor, sipping on some scissor. Like, for everything that they had a counterpunch to, but yet it had the twang to it. They had the violent 3-6 Mafia essence to it. The up-tempo, but it was everything that they were doing. But they did it. They did it better. And they did it their way. Brought out Trap Wiz. Love Wiz. That was crazy. And I mean, to draw a comparison, and I hate to do it like that, but the super guest that they was hyping up was the singer on the Thuggish Ruggish Bone, which, love her to death. Her voice do sound good from what, my stream that I was listening on was full of crap. But from what it seemed like her voice is still good, especially how they was pushing her out there. But come on, they brought out 8 Ball, MJG, Young Buck. Fam. Juice did Bands Will Make Her Dance and brought out a stripper. Does this surprise anyone? Does this surprise anyone at all? I don't think it does. But then I'm thinking that's as far as it's going to go. Then no, he bring out the duffel bag of money. And he keeps throwing this money. He throws this money for the rest of the night. Got the stripper dancing. And then they bring out Lil Wayne. Oh my God. That was the end. There was nothing. Well, I thought there was nothing that they could do about that star power song that everybody knows, performed with a twist, a surprise at the end that hypes up the whole crowd that much more. Like, yo. That was masterful. That was masterful. I love it. Like, see, my cousin is a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan, been a big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan from forever. But you holding this L today shows. Oh, you holding this L right here. And I love you. I love you. But I told you from the rip, and I was talking to my homie drummer too, like, 3-6 Mafia is favored by 4 to 5 songs in this one. But my cousin's like, nah, man, look, they got the Bone Thugs got the bigger hits, fam. They got the bigger hits. It doesn't matter. They got more talent. They just gonna go straight down East 99 if they have to. No. Wasn't going to work. That was never going. Your strategy is flawed when you're dealing with some of the greats to ever come up out the South. As this overtly proves this proves the ultimate point. These guys are the illest to come out the South. What up, Trigger Happy? What up, Shows? Shows is in the building, but no, Shows. Hold this L. Hold this L, fam. This was a complete washing. As soon as, what was it? Motherfucker, I'm gonna pull up the goddamn chat, nigga. When they pulled out Project Pat, bro, Pat, he came out doing his new shit so that he can get promotion, so that he can use this to sell more records. But then he jumped into Chicken Head that everybody knew, everybody's getting hyped to. He went back and forth. They did the whole chat in the whole song, pal. That went harder than anything that Bone Thugs had to offer. Because all of this stuff was limited to their time period, but they went from generation to generation, dog. Why do you think Busy got so frustrated and he had to throw the mic in the bottled water and all of that stuff? Why do you think he got so... Winners, those who are winning, don't get frustrated. It's when you begin to lose and you have to hear these hits and you have to hear these beats and you got to hear this greatness come at your ass. That's when your anger and all that hatred, that bitterness, and that jealousy that Busy Bone has always had in his entire career, that's when it manifests itself and you see who he really is in front of everybody. That's what great music do to you. When you start taking them hard L's, and you couldn't even do anything with Gangsta Boo. You couldn't do nothing with Gangsta Boo. That's why he started throwing that stuff. That's why he got so mad. You understand? And that's why he had to come back out copping pleas. He had to come back out like, yo, man, you know, I'm sorry, man. Come, take your shot, man. Hit me in the face, man. That was wrong with me. Because he knew he messed up something that was positive, because that moment he realized he's getting ate the fuck up. Nigga, I'm going to be rerunning this shit. This was an epic victory beyond all epic victories, fam. Oh, what up, Sean? What up, dog? Versus battle. Hey, man, you can't expect no less because of the personalities. All the personalities came out. The savageness of every personality. You didn't see the fight shows. I know you had to see the fight. You had to see Project Pat hop out from the back like he was Batman and about ready to scrap them all. Oh, nigga, you missed it. Like, what happened play by play? And I'm going to run through it again. Play by play. Busy Bone and Bone Thugs just got done singing their song, and Busy is upset. He's like, yo, y'all ain't going to be over there. What he said, exactly what he said. You ugly niggas over there, y'all ain't going to be interrupting me while I'm singing my songs. Something along them lines, bro. It was something along those lines. But no, I'm not talking to you, Sean. I'm talking to Don Corleone. But so, that's what happened, bro. Like, but from that moment, Gangsta Boo came back. Like, hold up, you ain't gonna be talking to us like that. You especially gonna be talking to women like this? And they started like going back and forth between songs. I'm like, yo, Gangsta Boo is like the wrong one. You want to be trying, no Bone. You should know this. You like you should know this. This is the wrong one that you need to be trying this with. But no, he wants to continue. And then he threw the bottle and he threw the microphone at the most gangster niggas to come out the South in some time, nigga. Like, with some true South niggas in the back, clearly after the fact, too, because all the people that started coming out performing with them, nigga. Project Pat jumping over, like, the back railing, coming in dressed in all black. Niggas don't even know who the fuck he is, looking like fucking Batman. They squabbling and shit, and they had to cut the black, nigga. They had to cut to technical difficulty. only for them to come back and continue, as Drum was saying in the chat, fam. Just like Drum was saying, like, what makes it savage is that they came back and kept it going. They made it to the end, but this is what do you expect from Busy? What do you expect from them? This is who these people are, fam. This is all, but excluding an epic ending, like, fam. What up, Sickening Sicko ENT? Yo. This shit was epic on the level of what the Locks versus Dipset was. It's just Bone Thugs and Harmony ain't no damn Dipset. Bone Thugs and Harmony got great music. Everybody, these individuals got some great stuff, dude. And they were going through the hits. They were going through the top number ones that would compete with any and everybody. You feel me? But Sickening Sicko, I feel you. Hey, go ahead, get your plug in, fam. But that's the only one. You feel me? But indeed, dude, these niggas is some of the illest to come out the South, musically, attitude-wise, everything about them. Generational. They were the first ones that I've ever heard that did a song specifically to ruin establishments that they hope would play it. And it actually fucking worked. You feel me? To the point that they had to ban that joint. Like, real talk though, man. Like, when they had the stripper, then they started throwing money in the air. I don't think you've seen this one either, shows. He had the stripper, started throwing money in the air. Where he kept getting this money, Juicy J, I don't know where he's getting it. But he kept throwing the money in the air for the duration of the rest of the damn Versus series. I don't know. Doing bands will make her dance. And then on top of that, Wayne comes out of nowhere and performs his verse. That I even forgot that Wayne was on that shit. And that's the difference between the Locks and versus Dipset and this, because the Locks were on some classic motherfucking songs. You feel me? The Locks, all them songs that they was playing over and over and over, those were songs that we all know. And we all know these songs because the verses is what made it hot. But then, what 3 6 Mafia did here is what 3 6 Mafia did right here was they brought out all the people that was on they songs. Not the features, but these huge features on they shit, on songs that we all knew. It was amazing. Like, just because it's raunchy, it's hood. Like, did you guys actually see the speech that they gave during the Academy Award winning Hard Out Here for a Pimp? Did you hear that song? Did you see that speech? Hectic, crazy, but powerful from the soul. Something that motivated me to the point that I can't even watch the Academy Awards no more because of what they do. But like I was saying earlier, one thing that I do wish they would have did, Sholay, was they did Hard Out Here for a Pimp, brought out Terrence Howard to perform Hard Out Here for a Pimp. But instead of cutting the second verse and going into Whoop That Trick, which is getting played right now, is the theme song for the Memphis Grizzlies as they are coming back, because the basketball player, the star, I forget his name, but he's nice. He brought him to the playoffs last year. They hitting that Whoop That Trick. That song is going hard right now. They should have had Terrence Howard perform that too, but that was one of the hiccups. There was another hiccup where Crunchy Black couldn't perform his verse. What it feels like, it was they was playing it off a CD. They were playing it off a CD and it started scratching. And there's like, hold up, it wasn't us. Like Bone Thugs was like, that wasn't us. We ain't did nothing to disrespect. It wasn't them. Like, it was the material. They're so savage, they're still going off of CDs. They still going off of CDs, fam. They really do not care, still to this point, but they created some of the greatest music of generations. They just not updated. Like, they should have been updated, but y'all so focused on getting high, having fun, and making great records that you don't care where the technology is changing. This is where it bites you in the ass. Sorry it had to happen to you, Crunchy. Somebody needs to play his verse somewhere. Somebody got to give Crunchy some shine, dog. That was fucked up. But they were winning so much that they brought out the young homies from Memphis to come out here and do a song for promotion. And I mean, that's what you have to come to expect from 3 6 Mafia, because at the end of every album, they're promoting what new stuff that they're doing. So does it shock anyone at all that they spin one key segment when Bone Thugs is going in, but they give the little homies some shine? I don't see anything wrong with that. That's actually a massive look that they did. I mean, what do you win by winning the verses? You've already won when you get on the stage. Like, there ain't no versus championship belt. There ain't no versus, oh, these people decidedly won, so therefore they have to defend this. No. They already won when they hit the stage. So we're going to promote our shit. Like, we so far ahead right now, we can take some songs off and let the little homies go ahead and do what they need to do. And hey, man, it was right, though. Because the next song they came after that, it wasn't a hit. And I guess they thought, I thought Bone Thugs I might have thought for 1 second, they're like, yo, okay, maybe they ran out of hits. Maybe that's what somebody is trying to think in their mind. But no. They were promoting their shit. And then they got back to the hits. And these hits couldn't be fucked with. Ooh. When Project Pat came out from the darkness to reveal that he was Batman all along, in the back fighting niggas. So, but yet he went back to the backstage so nobody seen that it was him. So nobody would know that, oh, Project Pat is here fucking niggas up. So he clearly is part of this. Like, he was supposed to be a surprise. He was supposed to be a damn surprise. It was supposed to be a surprise, but no. They brought out Project Pat, and he started doing his own shit. And people thinking, oh, he's gonna phone it in. But no, he does Chicken Head, a song that everyone knows because of the ratchetness of it. A song that's the foundation of all of the ratchetness that you're hearing in the music industry right now, that the Hot Girl Summers and all that stuff, they didn't know that this is where they got it from. Or this is the early stages of it, but they know this song though. When Bone Thugs has to keep on coming out saying, yo, y'all got the best fucking beats, nigga. Y'all niggas is going in. When they are accepting of the ass whooping L shows, you're gonna have to let it go. But I mean, I feel as though it was closer though, because you not going to Dipset versus the Locks, Bone Thugs. You're not gonna do it. They got hits. They got amazing hits. They got the greatest closing hit on all of the versus battles. That's why they was flipping the coin to decide at the beginning who's going to end it instead of begin it, because they had such an epic showcasing ending, dude. 3-6 was like, yo, that was beautiful. there was nothing we could do to follow that shit. They got the great, you got to give that to them. It wasn't like a pure washing because it's Bone Thugs and Harmony, nigga. Dudes, you are not. They got hits that span generations. You'll never do it. But yet, pound for pound, all the way through, these people who you thought it was going to be close, they were 5 to 6 song favorites in the beginning for a reason. I didn't give them 5 to 6 songs like advantage. Like how on, if you want to gamble on the NFL games and all that stuff, you want to do DraftKings, they do negative 14 points. They were down, the 3-6 Mafia was negative 5 to 6 songs in my book. And you see why. All of these hits, back to back to back to back. And the very ending too, I mean, even though it ended, they ended it on a great accord like that. That's not where the entire program ended. They actually brought out Lil Flip. Lil Flip came out earlier through a 3-6 joint. And they brought out Lil Flip to do a freestyle at the very end when they was closing out. Like when the credits should be rolling up. Like, nah, we gonna bring out Lil Flip and he gonna freestyle. And that's one thing that Lil Flip was always known for, whether you respect it or not, shows, because I already know how you thinking. Whether you respect it or not, that's what people come to this. That's what people come to see Lil Flip for. Point blank, period. I don't care what you got to say. All these people in the crowd was super excited that they actually got Lil Flip, the guy who's known as the freestyle king, to kick a freestyle to end it all off. Like, this was one of the greatest battles ever on the versus battle circuit. This was one of the greatest, if not the greatest of them all. But it's more the greatest because it was such a dominant victory by 3-6 Mafia going against somebody as respectable, some people with the hits that Bone Thugs and Harmony has. Now people are beginning to understand, or at least I hope they're beginning to understand why they were saying in the lead up to this and the lead up to them selecting anybody, like, we can't just go against anybody. We can't just versus just some random individual here. We can't do that. We got too many generational hits that cross against our barriers. Like when Juicy J played one of his pop hits that I believe that joint went diamond. He said it went diamond, right? I forget which, but it was one of his pop hits. And I'm like, yo, that's not exactly the audience that's here to hear this or to see this in LA and all this stuff. But you did it. You're one of the most versatile producers there ever was. You were on that, and it's actually not a bad song. Like, but at the end of the day, it was also in LA. So given the audience isn't East Side, West Side, North Side, Charlotte, where what up, Trigger, North Side individuals, we ain't trying to hear that. We wanna hear some. We wanna. Hey, run to the club back before you run that joint. But this wasn't for us. This was for the entire world to see how great 3-6 Mafia is. Well, the bone disrespects itself, Don Coleon, for this one, dog. Like when you get salty and you throw the microphone and you start a fight, you disrespect yourself. Like 3-6 came through with the music that hits to eat them up, and they messed up the whole experience. So I'm holding them according to their own actions. There must be some disrespect for that. On top of they were getting washed. And at the end of the day, they got washed. What up, hood atheists? I was shocked how easily the Mafia handled them. But I knew Bone music wouldn't carry them over with the younger generation. That's fact. I mean, see, that's the thing, hood atheists. Bone Thugs and Harmony was a super unique skill set to sing, to rap, to harmonize, to make beautiful music all the way around. That's hard to duplicate. That is super hard to, like, your proteges or anybody that you come up under you, they're going to be going into your shadow forever unless they are technically and fundamentally trained as Bone Thugs. Like, Bone Thugs are clearly the better performers. Can we all agree on this? They are clearly, technically, the most gifted. Like, the stuff that they was doing is straight out of, like, the arts, the Juilliard Arts School. You feel me? But what 3-6 Mafia does, they are the best at it. And their music is getting remade right now by everyone. Not as well. Clearly, the music industry is getting worse as we see it. But we hear way more 3-6 Mafia samples. We hear way more people taking from their catalog. So many people take from their catalog that they came out, started suing everybody. You feel me? Like, they started coming out after, like, you name all these people that want to keep on doing 3-6 Mafia stuff, you gonna have to pay now because, I mean, you can pay homage for but so long before you're like, okay, now we need our money. Like, we know we were the shit. Pay us. And that's probably where all them bands came from that Juicy J was just throwing into the crowd, that they were saying, oh, the cameraman took all of that. He's gonna pop up with 3, 4, 5 new cameras tomorrow. Hood Atheist is saying, facts, Bone Thugs was sounding like Christmas carolers. That's the style, though. But, I mean, the style is beautiful. The style is beautiful. I ain't mad at them. Like, they created some of the greatest music by doing that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I rocks with it. But when you're dealing with the hypest of all hype, and maybe your top 3 comebacks to that is you featuring on a Lil Jon song, you should never have opened that door. Even though it's great to see, it's great to see Lil Jon come out. It's amazing to see Lil Jon come out and do some music instead of him just DJing all the damn time and being the personality and all of that and actually doing the music that we love to see him do. That was cool. But the songs that 3-6 Mafia was doing were just as was bigger than that song. And the features were bigger artists than Lil Jon. Classic South shit. Like, honestly, they probably couldn't get Andre 3000 to do his verse. They brought in everybody else. Andre 3000, damn you for that, man. We know they wouldn't have skipped out on bringing Andre 3000. But Andre is being Andre. Andre ain't performing. Andre's doing him, man. That's messed up though. Like that was an epic moment that should have been part of the South history right there. But I'm okay with it because eventually we're going to have to get an Outcast. I mean, we're going to have to get Outcast versus somebody. And that, oh my God, that's going to be great. Oh my God, I cannot wait for anything Outcast related. Nigga, just play So Fresh and So Clean, nigga. Get me hype. Get me right with So Fresh and So Clean. Southern playalistic music. Put Andre 3000 back into the Braves jersey. Please put him back in the Braves jersey for like 10 minutes. Sorry, shows. And I know, I mean, this is Don Corleone is saying DMX was probably the only hip hop act that performs better than 3-6. Well, okay. Yeah, I feel you. Like when we went to go see was you there with us, shows when we went to go see Cash Money versus Rough Riders? When DMX came from the back, when DMX came from the back of the crowd and they put him in the cage, in the dog cage, and they started rolling him across the stage, and he was barking the whole way. Like, DMX was a hell of a performer, dude. Oh my God. But DMX's verses was nothing compared to 3-6 Mafia's. But DMX as a performer, yes, absolutely. Outkast versus Bone would have been a better matchup. I agree. Based on the styles of music, it would have been a better play. But Outkast probably would have watched them too. And I love Bone Thugs. You know I love Bone Thugs. Again, they had the hit moments throughout this. But it was a savage beating all the way through, though. Minus some key moments that only Bone Thugs could have done at the greatest moment that there ever was. That outro, that ending song will never be topped. That's on. They did some Purple Rain in the Super Bowl. I mean, it's hard to find anybody with the catalog to do something like that. Good luck to whoever tries to do the next closing performance in a versus battle, and that everybody is watching. Sammy Elko says nobody can beat Busta Bus in a versus. It would depend, man. It would really depend on who would get selected. You feel me? It would really depend. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, everybody thought Dipset was going to beat the Lox now, didn't they? You never know until you put somebody out there who got them hits that people sleep on. Like 3-6 Mafia was consistently one of the most slept on greatest group to ever come out the South for a very long time, that I've been a huge fan of for a very long time. And shows you was there with me at the Summerfest where we was getting hype about to fight people in the damn crowd when the rain started pouring and we all just rushed the stage and all of that shit, nigga. That type of energy is what 3-6 Mafia brings out. It wasn't just because it was raining. That might have happened with or without the rain. Well, maybe not. You know, Charlotte is respectful to a degree, at least until we came up out the pandemic. After the pandemic, people stopped giving a damn. But it is what it is. 3-6 Mafia was a tough matchup no matter who the fuck you bring out. And you kind of had to bring out legends to have a chance. based on all these hit songs that I'm probably going to rewatch that shit tonight, nigga. Well, shit. With the head. Or I might just get some rest. Stock market tomorrow. I don't know. We gonna see. We gonna motherfucking see, nigga. But I mean, it was a landsliding victory, but I'm not saying that Bone didn't hold the own for what Bone is known for. That Bone didn't just have some moments that will go down in history. It's just, you can't deny the greatness when it's right in front of your eyes. Just because the South doesn't get the respect for the music that it has done, and we talking before Atlanta became trap capital and all of that stuff. We talking Orange Mound. We talking Port Arthur. We talking Houston. We talking Atlanta. There's a huge time period where this area was running hip hop music. And people love to forget that the South got something to say. That the South was some of the most diverse, unique, amazing artists from all over, from generation to generation. Now, they didn't get the respect because they wasn't the super lyricists that people want them to be, but you heard them motherfucking beats, though. You heard that energy that they brought to the crowd every single time they went out there for 25 years, high on meth, angel dust, crack cocaine. I ain't gonna say crack cocaine. I don't know whatever drugs that they was doing, but all of them. And they're still doing it to this day. Rest in peace, Lord Infinite. I said infinite. Lord Infamous. Forgive me. Lord Infamous. Rest in peace. But nobody ever fucked with 3 6 Mafia in the history of them, as you may recall. It's not because they wanted to stick it to music, clearly as we see with the Verzuz battle. Clearly wasn't because they wasn't in them streets doing whatever it is they wanted to do, being high, and this is why they broke up as a group. Wasn't that because, yeah, that's what they just showed us in the Verzuz battle. All right, shows, in a minute. Deuces. Talk to you in a minute. But these individuals, like, during all of this, they made it out. Still doing music. And that type of... And do you think that they was only doing the big venues? Do you think the venues that they was doing, they wasn't tearing up the little clubs that people probably snuck in things into? You think 3 6 Mafia wasn't all about all of this action, and they still here? Nobody fucks with them because they're crazy. But their music was so damn great, it didn't matter. They went through everything that should break an artist, that should honestly never let them come out ever again. But they got hits from generation to generation that people are honestly taking and running with. That they are stealing to this day, that they have to come out and say, y'all ain't gonna be stealing our stuff no more. Y'all all got to pay us. No more homage. You're clearing all of the samples. We will take your ass to court. That's how much people are taking their stuff. Hood atheists say the Migos would beat Bone Thugs too. Nah, no. Migos ain't like that yet. Migos ain't put in the years yet to be able, like, there's a reason why they only pull up to these schools to give donations, and the donation be a big ass check, and that donation is only like $5,000 in the peak when they should be like making the most money and shit. Like, all I'm saying, they haven't paid them dues yet to to be put into this kind of battle. But I like them, and I think in the future, when they have their own chances in their generational battles and stuff, they'll be a dominant force because they got hits for this generation. But this is something different. This is 100% something different. But Outkast, man, is an entire different animal that I don't know if there's anybody that can. Like, you would love it if it was like some just straight up South shit and you do 8-Ball MJG. But 8-Ball MJG got what? Pimp harder. Don't make me. No, I'm not going to but I'm saying I'm not disrespecting that. Like, they got hits. 8-Ball MJG got hits out their ass. But not on Outkast. The world know these songs. The whole world loves it when you play down. Hey, yeah. Stuff like Outkast is going to bring in the white people. Outkast is like the hip hop Beatles. Nobody is going to be very difficult for anybody from the South hip hop that created a foundation of what hip hop is to this, all the good essence of what hip hop is came from the South. Dylan Brown, what up, dog? Missed the conversation, fam, but this versus didn't need to happen. I understand style clashes make good fights, but they could have had a better matchup. You got to look at it from the direction of who else could 3-6 Mafia have competed with? What group in hip hop has big enough hits to actually compare? Maybe the Wu-Tang, but if you do the Wu-Tang, that's another clash of styles too. That's definitely going to lead to a fight. If you've seen the Wu-Tang TV show, in which that I would have really loved to see. 3-6 Mafia versus Wu-Tang, that would have been a much, well, it would still be a clash, but it would be the North versus the South. You know, it is the super groups of the North versus the South, maybe. I don't know. Just spitballing that one out there. But that would have been an oddball matchup too. Like, these are the caliber of artists that have done great things across every genre of music. And they're not going to limit that because you only get one versus battle. They're not going to limit, well, unless you're Jadakiss. Unless you're Jadakiss and you're going to do solos and stuff like that. But yet, who's going to do a solo 3-6 Mafia battle? Like, they're going to play everything. They're going to give you and show you every direction in which 3-6 Mafia, these individuals who are the most versatile and maybe some of the best producers there are in the damn world. These people are going to show you everything that they've been doing, so you give them their damn respect. The only people that can compare to that would be Bone Thugs. And if you paid attention to the actual placement of the songs that 3-6 Mafia was going after, they were giving you the same songs that Bone Thugs was doing, but they have their own hype variation of it. Like, when Bone Thugs wanted to go into the smoking songs, which is dope, sipping on some scissor, sipping on some scissor, just because they from the South and it was hardcore rap doesn't mean they wasn't on topic. Doesn't mean that they didn't have, if not a bigger, damn record. In fact, it was guaranteed a bigger damn record. You understand? This was the only way 3 6 Mafia was going to actually get a legitimate shot to show the world the greatness, but people still want to rank them into just the category of, oh, y'all just the super hype rappers, producers. But Juicy J went out there and performed his pop hit that went diamond. They're showing us how great they are. Just because the matchup was a clear wash doesn't take away from the greatness of what you just saw. This is just because the styles didn't mash, and you would like to see like people within the same genres and stuff, but yet you don't watch much boxing, do you? Like actually watching a tactician like Floyd Mayweather actually take apart a fighter, or do you just watch boxing just to see the knockouts? Oh, Dylan Brown also says, I'm thinking, bro, and you right. There are not too many groups with 20 records, even with 36. Even at 36, it turned into the Juicy J show. Yeah, even at 36, it turned into the Juicy J show nearing the ending. So yeah, I agree with you. Real talk. You gotta juice. Like, and that's the thing. I knew it coming into it. That's why at the very beginning, I'm telling people, yo, 3 6 Mafia is like a 5 to 6 song favorite here. People are disregarding it because Bone Thugs have all of these great songs and stuff that everybody know. But all of these great songs that everybody know, you just forgot that 3 6 Mafia did it, and these songs are bigger. Like, that type of shit is why I'm like, yo, there's a clear 5 to 6 song advantage here. But who else would... I can't name anybody outside of Outkast who could have done something right there. But yet, Outkast is like the Beatles. 3 6 Mafia has always been the streets. So that would have been a mash up there too. Like, to be real with you, like, this actually works out great for 3 6 Mafia because these are two clashing audiences coming together, listening to the same music, and they're realizing, oh, 3 6 Mafia was like that. And Juicy J is using this as promotion all the way straight to the bank. All the way to the bank. This was maybe some of the finest promotion I've ever seen 3 6 Mafia do. And this is these people who people anticipate the outro of them talking about all the crazy shit that's been happening and the new projects that's coming out. Like, the outro talks that they give you is historic. You feel me? And that was on display here. Because Juice is being Juice all the way throughout this shit. It reminds you of the outros. And then they actually was up so much they brought in the new artists to show them love. Like, dude, this was a dominant win. That they even hit the gas pedal for. I mean, they hit the brakes a little bit so they can promote. But then they smashed the gas all the way up into the end. The South got something to say indeed. Thank you, 3 6 Mafia, for being you. Even with you guys are still using CDs to record your stuff, even though you did that and it messed up a whole crunchy black verse. Thank you for being you. Because without all of that, none of this is going to be as entertaining, dude. Just like when they won the Oscar, how they ran up and gave the speech all together so no one can hear anything that they were saying, but they was all super hype. It's like, thank you, this is my time. Yeah, thank you, you already know what it, yeah, we did it. North Memphis, we got it. Like, thank you for being you. Because whenever they be them, it changes the game. It changes it for the better. The savageness that they do, like the fights that we seen Like, bro, even though, you know, we not supposed to be promoting or being super happy or anything we don't want to see none of that at all, point blank, period. But that's going down into the history. That's going down there with WAP saying we smoking on that. You already know. You already know the disrespect God. This became a disrespectful event that can compete with the disrespect God. Fam. We don't like to see it happen, but the fact that they was able to patch it up as they were going, come out and apologize, recognize that I'm wrong. I'm sorry, man. We're gonna smoke one up later tonight, man. We sorry, man. We gonna do this. Let's keep it going. That adds to it now, doesn't it? Like, the thing that made Gucci versus Jeezy so amazing was the epic disrespect. Even though Jeezy washed WAP, but yet WAP disrespected him so hard that he's still in the argument to this day. You're going to respect WAP. Doesn't matter if he lost. That man is the disrespect God. This was so disrespectful on both ends that it competes. Bro, this was an epic event on a level of what you come to expect from 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony. They were themselves. And by the way that they were able to patch things up and be cool at the end of it and just let it rock. Like, they mad, but yo, we scrapped it out for like 5 minutes. That's when they faded to black. But now we good. We good. We all right. We gonna make it happen. Like, well, this was great. Like, you can't. For all of the flaws. No matter though, even though they're not the finest of lyricists to come out of 3 6 Mafia, they came out with some of the greatest hits that are still living on, but people are trying to dismiss them from who they actually are, from the Hall of Fame, rock and roll Hall of Famers that they are. Like, if Jay-Z got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Juicy J, DJ Paul need to be there. You ain't necessarily got to put all of 3 6 Mafia. I know how it be and all of that stuff, man. But DJ Paul and Juicy J are in the Hall of Fame of the culture. They in my Hall of Fame, goddammit. And my Hall of Fame matters more than y'all's anyway. I represent the culture more than the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ever will. So when I tell you 3 6 Mafia is in that motherfucking Hall of Fame, them niggas is in that shit. Same as Bone Thugs. We're not going to disrespect Bone Thugs because, you know, even though they got washed here, this was something that they should have foreseen trying to walk into it, but they walked right into the punch. But even in the mix of you're facing some of the greatest to ever come out the South from an entire generation that span different genres, that have the finest of beats that you talking that you want to buy. Even with these individuals, they still had the hits to be able to make their own imprint on this. People are still going to feel as if they held their own in certain instances, like that conclusion, like I was telling you. The conclusion, next level. Nobody can see that. It was beautiful. Honestly, I think it was 3 6 Mafia won the coin toss, right? They won the ending coin toss. And when Bone Thugs came out and did what they did, you hear Was it Gangsta Boo or LeChat or one of them was back there like, nah, man, that was beautiful. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing. Y'all can have that. That is going down in history. Bone Thugs are a great group whenever they get out of their own damn way, whenever the egos aren't at play. But that's the same on both sides. Egos and drugs and things of that nature is what ripped apart Bone Thugs, and drugs is what tore apart 3-6. And not just like any drugs, but drugs. But they still made the greatest. I would really love to hear some new DJ Paul Juicy J, fam. I would really love to see them both together again. I would really, but I mean, they had the time period. Now is the time for the next generations. Now it's time for those who are stealing the sound and not even like adding to it. You just chopping up something that they doing and making it worse and making it like you're not adding anything of value to it, but you're just taking the style because that's really what's in to a degree. Like you guys really got to up your game if you're going to follow into this bloodline, because this is the bloodline of greatness. This is a bloodline that no one ever gave its respect, but still going hard to this day. The dedication, the business, the work ethic. They made the outro promoting new material into one of the most anticipated songs of every project that they do. This is how genius these people are. And it's just a touch of what the South has to offer. Because again, I wouldn't put 3-6 in there with Outkast, because the way Andre went, and now people consider him as the greatest lyricist to touch the mic. And the fact that they gonna bring in the pop white crowd for Hey Ya and all of that stuff. They ultimately are like the rap and Beatles together who went diamond, who everybody still will listen to. Like I still listen to. Have you heard some of the new Big Boy stuff? Big Boy's records that ain't really getting promotion have been fire. Like there's a song that got a Pimp C sample. Who really know what's going on in the South? Song is called The South. I'm not going to play it so I won't get demonetized, but listen to it right now. Go into Spotify. Search Big Boy, The South. It's off one of the newer records. It's not that new no more, but listen to that as it actually makes Gucci sound like a good rapper. It got Bun B on there. It's one of the most amazing records that never got any push, that nobody even really listened to, like all of that. But it's a magnificent record that they could play, that nobody would know what it is, but yet you would have to respect it. This is the caliber of music that Outkast have. That's what makes them increasingly difficult for anyone to do anything. Like, honestly, I would rather have a cypher with the Dungeon family where it's like all of them are just competing with each other with all of their music. Right. Yeah. Everybody going back and forth, going against each other. Like Dungeon family versus. I'd rather just have that. That would be a super entertaining thing. I know to many people that may be niche, but Dungeon family is the South. South got something to say. But I enjoyed it though. Like I was telling my cousin, man, who was in the chat, he rolled out, but telling my cousin, yo, even though this was a wash, it's not like this wasn't Bone Thugs. It's not like this wasn't super enjoyable that they didn't have their moments. This should go down as one of the greatest verses to have came out because it hits you on all areas. It hits you in every level. You got the ignorance that you come to expect from Gucci and Jeezy, the quality of records that you get from the Locks, but yet it was their records, not features, even though, hey, no disrespect to Kiss and all of them. Hey, y'all amazing. But damn, they played they records though. But you still amazing. You still top 5 Dead or Alive, fam. You got that. You got that from your epic performances. You got that. But we're talking about the greatness of the South right now, that New York always wanted to discredit for a very long damn time. And we're seeing that that's over. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of wish it was Wu-Tang, but it would have been so bad. Like, because of the blatant disrespect the North has always shown to the South and all of the Northern fans of hip-hop. You always shown it to the South. I would have rather this ass whooping go to the Wu-Tang, even though the Wu-Tang is nice. I love the Chef. I love Ghostface. RZA, nigga smart. I never loved his delivery and all that, but the RZA reminds me of myself, to be real. It's just he made it because he was in New York. Love him. Love all them rappers. I love the whole squad. It is what it is. But this was an ass whooping for anybody that was coming. And I kind of wish it was used on Wu-Tang just to prove that point that you New York individuals are going to respect the South. But Bone Thugs just had to be the ones who caught the punch right to their face. It is what it is. Super, super enjoyable, man. Love this joint. Love how they came together, show peace again at the end. Love the fact that they kept it all hip-hop, but yet streets and fighting, is that not hip-hop? Is Project Pat hopping out from the back, looking like he got a mask on, but it's not for COVID. But I don't think he had a mask. I don't know. Like, it was so fast. But hasn't the streets always been part of hip hop? Hey man, if Big Meech and all that is going to be continuously promoted as these are the fashion ambassadors, this was the beginning, the origins of hip hop and all that stuff, then all of the street stuff that we've seen from Project Pat, Crunchy Black, that makes them 100% hip hop too, dog. Oh. Dylan Brown says, I'm surprised they didn't go into the song with Phil Collins when Juicy played that Katy Perry song. Good point. Speaking of the South, they got to get Jermaine Dupri some smoke. I would love to see JD versus Puff Daddy. I mean, Shiny Suits versus the Kids music. Like, Puff is trying to hold out because he's like, no, man, the only person that I could battle would be Dr. Dre. I take that too. Can we do like a tournament or something? Can we make it happen? I don't know. But JD versus Puff. Like, okay, here's the thing. We all got rivals. And in a lot of cases, people look down upon their rivals. But yet, you should be having respect for the, like, dude, Jermaine Dupri got some hits. Oh. If we talking just, I mean, as if we gonna do, like, cause JD ain't really like, cause he is part of it. He be on the tracks and all that stuff. He does his thing, but he does just as much as Puff Daddy does, right? He can take ownership of songs just like how Puff Daddy can take ownership of songs, and people will respect it because you're on it or you were directly the person that everybody know you had, and you were on it. You were dancing on the song. You was dancing on the track. Like JD versus Puff seems to be an even matchup, but I would have to delve into the histories. I would have to delve into who they are. You feel me? But I think it could work. Dylan Brown said, yeah, Puff is fronting on him, though, which sucks. Because, I mean, it would be a good matchup. It would definitely be a good matchup, but he's not afraid. He's just trying to punch high because you only get one. So you have to go after the person that you want to go after. And there's only but so many people that's out there that have these kinds of records. Dre already said that he ain't doing it. I think Puff is scared low key. I'm telling you, he's not. You only get one shot at it. And as we see, 3 6 Mafia just cashed in on their one shot in order to have everybody recognize them as one of the greatest to come out of the South. You feel me? Now, who goes to a Batman movie when you know the villain ain't nobody? Well, if you feel as though the villain isn't on the level of the hero. Like even go back to The Dark Knight. Batman being Christian Bale, up and coming actor, amazing actor who's willing to drop weight for any role, pick up any muscle, and you got one of the hottest directors there ever was, who's still making super complex movies like Inception and Christopher Nolan. Who's watching the second movie if you don't get the Joker? Heath Ledger, who puts on the most dramatic and amazing Joker performance there ever was. You feel me? Like, that movie became an instant classic because of that dynamic and that great of writing. Like, when you having a movie where it's one person versus another, you both have to respect each other and understand that they're on the same level and they both got to go for what they know. If one doesn't have respect for the other, then ultimately one is going to feel, I may have wasted my one chance at doing this to show the world how great I actually am. Where I actually rank in the grand scheme of music, because that's the level, that's pretty much what we're seeing getting put on the line every time somebody steps onto the Verzuz stage. When Jeezy versus WAP got on stage, there was so much more on the line than just, okay, you won a Verzuz, so therefore you're bringing your career back. No. The trap was watching. The respect of a hood individual. That was important. That's why that one broke all kinds of numbers, especially when a lot of things were being said there that people were wondering what would happen. That there's more, that one in particular showed you that there's more on the line. When you jump forward to Jadakiss versus, I said Jadakiss, the Lox versus Dipset, when you jump forward to that, you realize, yo, Jadakiss just established himself as top 5 dead or alive, something that he's been saying all this time, the respect that he always should have been given as one of the greatest to ever come out in the music industry for multiple generations, that's still doing it, as these individuals put on still some of the finest performances in all of hip hop right now. They opened their eyes, even though they put in so much time and effort in their careers, it only takes the moment where the world all can see your greatness all at once. Because you can go out and do tours and shows for your entire life, but not everybody is going to your shows. Not everybody who's anywhere close to the culture is watching all at once. So you need an equal opponent. You need somebody that you respect if you're even going to do it, because that'll make you come and give your all, even if you are underestimating JD like a motherfucker. You are underestimating the fact that JD will give you a run for your money, that JD might actually wash you, Puff. You're still Puff, but JD, all the kids that he made music for, they still alive. They the ones they're the ones who's actually in charge, who's running things at this point, or descendants of the exact music that JD would play. Puff, same thing that Dr. Dre was saying, like, yo, like when Dr. Dre dissed him, like, man, I made all my money without them little kids. Who made the smarter investment? JD has a legitimate chance of washing all of these people, but they're sleeping on them because they don't respect them. But if you don't respect them, that's fine. If Dre versus Puff never happens because Dre say he's never going to do it, then fine. JD got to move on because Puff ain't never going to do it. Puff ain't never going to do it. He's not going to blow his one shot. You feel me? Unless he, like, maybe something would have to happen. You never know how the world goes. I'm never going to say never. Things can happen. But Puff ain't trying to blow his shot, though. Versus battles are important, man. You only get one unless you're Jadakiss, who can eat up Fab because you're top 5 Dead or Alive. And then Dipset would say, oh, well, we got you because you people already heard your songs or something. I don't know. But no, we got hits that will body bag everything. That was next. But whatever. But outside of Jadakiss, you only get one. And I'm just happy we got to see 3 6 Mafia, who 3 6 Mafia is. Everything. From the good to the bad. From the, oh, we will scrap you out on stage. You tried to box us off. Nobody cares about your line, fam. We will go through there. We will scrap you out because you want to throw stuff, fam. We will knock you clean the fuck out. We seen that element of 3 6 Mafia to go along with the super hype. Yo, we gonna do all the crunk music that you guys came up on, that people are still trying to do now, that became the foundation of the crunk sound, that honestly is the foundation of what trap music is today, but more twisted towards Gucci. But there's no 3 6 Mafia, there's no Gucci. Can we say that? I'm gonna have to think about that though. Hold up. Like, gangster music as a whole got carried on chronologically off the strength of what 3 6 Mafia was doing. So yes, without 3 6 Mafia, there would be no Gucci, but I'm fully confident that Gucci Mane was going to find his own way, was going to find a way to drop. Gucci Mane is probably is influenced by 3 6 Mafia in one way or another, but Gucci was going to find his own way regardless. And he was going to do it his way, even though musically he doesn't have the finest music. He has some hits. He got some good stuff. But like he's not musically on the caliber. He's just of the culture. He's the mogul. He's the new mogul of everything that is trap music related. And he gets the respect for that. But he was never the greatest of musicians. And that's why I'm kind of messed up about it, because I know everybody wanted to see the end of that beef, but yet it should have been T.I. versus Jeezy. Individuals who are technically sufficient at making trap music, where they were arguing on who was actually the founder of trap music, but instead they fed into the beef, and the beef had its moments, which was it was what it was, but it would have been better for trap music, better for music as a whole, if we actually saw T.I. versus Jeezy. One that I'm one that we'll probably always regret never seeing. Or, yeah, I mean, because it's not fair if Jeezy can't do songs that he's already done before, and you never want to do it again. But Jeezy still got some dope hits too, man. Dylan Brown says, definitely should have been T.I. versus Jeezy. Definitely agree. Facts, man. That's one thing as a culture we will never get, bro. Like, that's something that was necessary. Like, but because of a beef and a body, all of hip hop loses maybe one of the greatest potential moments. Last time I checked, I was the man on these streets. Call me residue, I leak blow on these beats. Got diarrhea flow. I shit on nigga. And then that come behind what would T.I. do after that? What would T.I. have for that song? Rolling Vows on 24s. That's just how my partners roll. Bro, you telling me a true trap music versus with the musicians of the trap? And then we could have just had Gucci. Gucci could be there as a triple threat. Why not? Why not make this into more? Like, why does it have to be one-on-one? Why is this the exact formula? Are you out, Dylan Brown? Be easy, bro. But why is this the formula? Why must there only be two? Why couldn't we have a triple threat trap match? Maybe be too many people. Yeah, maybe too much violent individuals all in Magic City. That would be difficult. But if there was 3 people saying that they wanted to be the kings of the trap, pretty much they're the founders of the trap, throw them all into the squared circle, man. Still cage match. Learn from wrestling. Just because your formula is what it is right now doesn't mean you can't put on bigger, doper events. Triple threat match. Make it 3 hours. Fuck it. All songs go. That's what I would do right now. All songs go. Jeezy. Oh, you saying T.I.'s be easy. Hey, I can see it. I can see T.I. playing Be Easy. That's my joint, nigga. Oh. Hey, yo, this is trap. This is trap music. Even though it was like an intro where he ran and jumped the fence, that's still my shit. I would want to hear T.I. do that shit at a versus battle, nigga, and choreograph that shit. Have a motherfucker run across the stage and hop over a fucking fence, nigga, getting chased by the police or something, nigga. That could have been put on an epic show, nigga. Yo. But we as a culture, we don't get that unless somebody steps in like, yo, bro, we gonna do a triple threat trap match, nigga. All songs go. We know that you played a bunch, WAP at Jeezy. Nah, we can't. They already, man, damn. They blew the catalogs and WAP ain't got nothing else. We seen it in the battle. That's dead on arrival. But let's get creative, man. Let's go ahead and make these into turn them into fights, for real. Promote them like how boxing promoters promote. Especially ones like these that's going to have the competitive banter of going back and forth. Like, why must y'all promote every one of these the same? Why must you do them all the same? Like I was saying earlier, like, get the Wu-Tang. And it's just versus Wu-Tang. Where all of the members of Wu-Tang are versing each other, going back and forth on their own songs. There's so many of them, everybody just jump in. It's like it becomes a cipher. You might as well just do it might as well be like a Wu-Tang show. But they're competing against each other, and you hear the banter. Dylan Brown says, T.I. still calling out 50 Cent. What do I think about that? 50 is too big for versus battles. 50 is never going to do it. And the reason being is because all of his TV shows are hits. BMF. Next you got, he's about to do Murder is the Case, the Snoop Dogg trial. Make it into a TV show. That shit is going to be great. He got all of the powers. And he learned from his extent of dealing with record labels, so he got a better deal to do this. He's making so much money. Like, you have to understand, versus battles aren't the end all be all of the music industry. Versus battles are really for individuals trying to get back some notoriety because the notoriety has faded. You feel me? 50 Cent still got notoriety. And 50 Cent has a lot of image, and he has a lot of he has a lot to prove. Like, he can't take a blow to his image when he doesn't have to do it. We see that. Like, he's the biggest troll on social media. And when you look at his catalog, it's not as deep as people think it is. 50's still the shit. But 20 records is a lot for 50. It's not a lot for T.I. Like, T.I. got what? He just got done with like his 12th album or something. And I'm not saying all of them were hyped and notable. He's going to play something off the newer ones just for promotion, of course. But when you go back to King, like 50 is really known for his debut album. And then he had some hits going back and forth after the fact. He put on, like, if you're getting 50, then you got to get G Unit. And, well, all of G Unit hates 50. So do you think he's going to play the stuff, but yet people ain't going to like it? But it is technically his. But we saw that with Fat Joe in the Fat Joe versus, where he tried to play the big pun music because it is his stuff, technically, allegedly, based on paperwork, even though he never put a finger on it, even though he don't even know the lyrics to the song, and he wanted the other people to sing it. He clearly never put in the effort to actually believe that it was his song. But him being a corporate scumbag, and why must we get Fat Joe on every versus? Why must we see him like, hey man, I can't make this up. They want me to flip the coin. Why? Can we get just any hood nigga from North Memphis? Can we get the singer from Thuggish Ruggish Bone to do it? Why must it be Fat Joe when nobody is really liking Fat Joe at this moment for what you're doing the pun, dog? Why? But that's beyond the point, man. That's beyond the point. An excellent show, even with the fighting. I think the fighting actually added to it. I think these versus battles need to evolve in order for them to get better. But this one was one for the ages that I think anybody who needs to know where Southern music, the roots, actually came from, this is one of many that should be to come. But if you're new to the broadcast, man, feel free to hit a like, subscribe, leave a comment. I try to respond to as many of the comments that I can. I usually do shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursdays, I'm usually doing like album reviews and things like that. But what else can I talk about but the versus battle today? You dig? Like, there's a bunch of other stuff that I might try to touch on maybe for Friday. I don't know. I might do a live version of my New Music Friday tomorrow. Just go around all of the songs that I seen. But this was too epic to pass up. But then weekends, I'm usually off doing work and stuff. Like I be in the clubs, I be working the clubs and things of that nature. Keep my ears to hip hop, nigga, at all times. Yeah, feel me? But I appreciate you coming through, man. You guys be easy. Hope everything is going well with everybody.